here we are talking about same-sex marriage. Why have you so intently and intensely singled out this one?
Well, it has to do with the timing, given the fact that today is the day that the governor chose to sign the redefinition of civil marriage into law. So the choosing of this issue and this time, again, was not my initiative. If it weren't for that action, I wouldn't have been doing this today, but it was precisely in response to that. And it's not that that's the only thing that we have to pray about. As I mentioned, there are other sins that we prayed for reparation and done penance for, and frankly, I think we'll need to continue to do in the future.
So this isn't the worst sin of all. This isn't there's not some level where this is on a different level than some of the other sins and plagues that I mentioned. Is it?
No, I'm not doing this today because I'm setting out a hierarchy of wrongs here, that this is the most urgent or pressing. I think there are plenty of other sins, as I mentioned in my homily, also about the need to pray for an end to abortion. And I think the prayer that I used tonight would also be a very fitting prayer to use on some occasions such as that.
You noted that Hollywood image of what an exorcism is, and of course in Hollywood, the spirits cast out, the person is cured, and they're back to normal again. Should people expect any sort of visible change, something noticeable, tangible as a result of what you've done here? I mean, the law is in effect now, and presumably will stay that way, so what should people expect from this?
Well, the title says it's Supplication and Reparation for sin. So I didn't intend this as a political action. I didn't expect the law to be changed or repealed, at least not overnight. I would hope that someday that might happen, when that might become politically expedient for that to happen. But for now, the main emphasis really is on asking for forgiveness. My homily really spent a lot of time on focusing attention on mercy, forgiveness, repentance, and a change of heart. And that's really what I'm praying for. In terms of how this relates to exorcism, the difference between a major exorcism and this kind of an exorcism or a minor exorcism is that with a major exorcism that's directed at somebody who's diabolically possessed. And so those prayers in a major exorcism are definitely directed to the devil to leave a person who is possessed. So none of the prayers that I used tonight had that kind of a formula. It wasn't directed at any particular person. It was more directed at the general influence of the devil and his evil temptations in the world. And so in that sense, in terms of what are you going to see from this, hopefully I think the first thing you would see would be some change of heart, some sense of repentance, some asking for forgiveness. Whether or not the law changes, I'm not a politician, so I leave that to the politicians.
So Bishop, if I'm